you doing? This is People Get Ready. This is a basic strum version. I've got a more detailed version coming up later, and a fingerstyle version that we'll have too. But this will get you started. It's by Curtis Mayfield. A lot of people have covered this song. You can do it in different places on the neck. I found that in the key that I found it on the internet, on YouTube, it was an E chord. So it really fit with the capo on the 2nd fret, where we could have the people get, and that really fits nice with the D sus 4. So let's take it like that, and then it goes to a B minor. Okay, so the chording is D sus 4, D, and B minor, and then we'll have G5. Now what I'm going to do is play this chord. What I like to do is angle my 2nd finger so it mutes out the 5th string, and I'm going to play only the D note with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string on top. Now I know it's not a real D because of the capo, but let's just for the purpose of the example, I'm going to pretend like this capo is the end of the neck. I'm not going to put my little finger up on top, and the reason that is because the melody that the vocalist is singing, or you'll be singing, is this note here, and it's not this note. So you don't really want to insert that one on top, because that kind of tells the listeners, oh, that's the melody note. But if we do this, now you're following the vocal line. It's not really that hard. It's a lot more interesting, and it just sounds better. So here it is, the main bit. It's D sus 4, back to D, B minor, G5 with... So when you can angle your finger a little bit to not make that one ring, and then back to, now this is D sus 2 with an open, and then resolve it back to D. So you've really got that, I'm sorry. So it kind of follows the melody and sounds better. Now, rhythmically on the right hand, we've got this down, up, tie, up, down, up, tie, up, down, up. And because this isn't, basic category, basic strum, that's pretty much how I left it throughout the whole song. So if you get this 1 and 2 and skip and 4 and 1 and 2 and skip and 4 and, again, that follows kind of like the melody, and you just can't go wrong if you do that. The only tricky part is sometimes, for instance on the B minor, you have to land that with an upstroke on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 4 and. So that could be tricky. So 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Now the second time I did that, which would be measure 4, I just resolved back to the D chord. I didn't do the D sus 2, and you can see that clearly marked. Measure 4, it just goes back to D. And that kind of gives you like what they call a half cadence, or like a question and then an answer. So the first 2 and the second 2 measures answer that. Then measures 5 and 6 are identical to measures 1 and 2. Now measure 7 goes D to E minor, which is just a 2 and a 3, like that. And then G5, which we've done. Now at the end, I didn't go back to D major with the F sharp on top. I went back to a regular D chord with the D on top. They call that D5. And that one, again, might be a little tricky unless you angle your finger so that doesn't ring. And the reason is, it's the melody. It goes da-da-da-da. So if you listen to the melody, the last note doesn't go da-da-da-da-da. So, and if you play that note, again, you're drawing the listener towards that note. It's just not cool. So if you go like this, I just think that sounds better. And then when you go back to... it just sounds nicer. Now, if you have trouble doing that, don't sweat it. Just play your standard chords. No one's going to care. I'm just trying to give you just a little bit more to think about. So here we go at a slow pace. here it is. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's say you're having trouble doing that and putting the little doodads in and the fancy sus and all that stuff. Just do this. If you know your basic chords, D, G, B minor and stuff, all you need to do is make sure you get that strum pattern. That'll really give you the song. And just go like this. Just do a regular G. Any fingering you like on that G, you can use this fingering. Fingering. So again, you know, most people aren't going to notice, but I would if I was listening. So if you want to be a little bit cooler than that, you want to go. See how much better that sounds? It's just a little more interesting. Okay, so there you go. I hope that's helpful and enjoyable. It's a great old song. And again, I'm going to try to put up an intermediate level strum for this that has a little bit more even still, and then maybe a fingerstyle arrangement as well, and we can really get the melody and some bass lines and different things in there. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.